too if I heard constant footsteps around the house. So I want to get into this here. You know, for a while there, Renee, you were a stay-at-home mom. You worked really hard. You did all the things that a mom does. But there's some people in here today, and I really want you to take some time to speak on this. And you, at one point, were the only spouse serving the Lord in your home.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
It's hard. It's not easy. There were times that I did feel like a single mom because my priorities were geared toward, you know, kind of how I was brought up, church and God, and this is always first, and this will always be first. Where at the time my husband, who wasn't saved, was in the parks playing softball. I have nothing against softball. I'm his #1 fan. Let me make that clear. But it is not a priority for me. My priority is to show my kids that.
So there was like a tearing both different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Did you sometimes feel like the bad guy having to tell your kids to go to church?
I did because, and not that they don't love church. They love church. It's fun. But what kid doesn't want to go to the park and play in the sand and jump on the swings? And so I did. I felt like I've had people tell me, you're taking their childhood. And I'm like, well, I survived.
Yeah, and you know, so in, yeah, well, thank you. There's that difficult place because you, at any point, I'm sure in a difficult situation, you would want to give up because your husband's not saved, you are, you're trying to move through it, and you're trying to stay focused, and the kids ask you things like, Mom, when's Dad coming to church?
It was easy to find myself wanting to side, in a sense, with the world, with the enemy, like, oh, I'll go to church next Sunday, or just so that my kids weren't like, oh, Mom, again, like, I did, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not giving in. I'm gonna
How did the Lord bring you through that, Renee?
On my knees, really praying, like, there came a time where I'm like, you know what, God, this is it, like, it's in your hands, because I can't do it, come on, let's go. I can't make him do something he doesn't want to do. I can't change him, but God can. And that's what happened. I had to surrender and say, you know what, God, it's in your hands.
And there was a battle to see it go from where he was at to where he is today?
No, not so much a battle. It was a slow process. You know, there were times I would still get frustrated where I felt like...
Was it years?
I want to say just a good year.
A good year where he wasn't serving the Lord. What would you say to those who have a spouse who's not saved, and they're holding their ground, they feel like giving up, sometimes they're fighting those two-directional parenting? What would you say to that person sitting here today going through that same situation?
Don't give up. Don't give up. I can't explain or express how important it is to not give up. Like, it's easy to kind of like just throw in the towel and be like, oh, that's it, I'm not doing it. Don't do it. I mean, today, my husband is serving God, he's ushering, he's involved, he's in the follow-up group, you know.
Your husband, to this day, your husband's now serving the Lord.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. And where is he in the service?
He's here. He's right there.
There he is. Proof, we're not lying here. Okay, real quick, what's your favorite part about being a mom?
My favorite part? There's a lot, but the number one...
You have to pick one.
Hey, let me finish. The number one is that I don't miss out on anything in their lives right now. That's it. Like, I would love to work and get a job, but seeing their faces and their expressions, that, you know, that the time I have with them. Like,
and when they hear the ghost too. Yeah.
No, it's me.
Okay. Loose feet in the house. It's not. Okay, well, thank you, Renee, so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Can we give her a hand, guys? Thank you. And then we have a quick video, and we'll come right back.